Hello, my dear student. Welcome once again the course number 1, that is electrodynamics in MSc First Physics. In previous video, we will start the module number 2, that is the energy, force, momentum relation and electromagnetic wave equation. And in that module, the one topic will cover, that is the energy relation in quasi-stationary current system. In this video, we will discuss the next point, that is the magnetic interaction between two current carrying loops. Before that point, magnetic interaction between two current loops, first see the one point is that is the Ampere force law, that is the force on a current element, because this Ampere's force law will use in that next point, that is a magnetic interaction between two current carrying loops. Let's see the Ampere force law. Let us obtain the expression for Ampere force law. Then we know the definition of magnetostatics, or that is a basic bifurcation of that magnetostatics is, it is the study of charge, but charge moving with constant velocity. This is the magnetostatic. Let's see that law, that is the Ampere force law. Consider a charge q moving with constant velocity through a point in a magnetic field of induction B, then force experienced by that charge q means it is consider a charge q, and that charge q moving with constant velocity in a region of magnetic field. Then that charge will be experience a force, and that force is represented by that relation, that F is equal to q v cross B. Equation number 1. That force experienced by that charge q, and that force is a F is equal to q v cross B. Equation 1. Okay, these are the charge q. Then we consider a small charge. dq is moving with constant velocity in a region of magnetic field. Then that force experienced by that charge dq will, this is the small charge dq. Then this small charge dq moving with constant velocity in a region of magnetic field. Then with respect to that small charge, force will be small. That means that force experienced by that small charge dq is moving with velocity v in a magnetic field of induction B is, and that force is dF is equal to dq v cross B. Relation are with the help of this equation, that dF is equal to dq v cross B. V is the velocity with respect to that charge move, and B is the in a region of magnetic field, and that force experienced by that small charge q. But we know that the definition of current is the flow of charges per unit time. But we consider a small charge, that means that current is equal to dq by dt. Then this value of dq is, dt will be divided, transform that side, dq is equal to I into dt, and we put in that equation dq is equal to I dt. Then this equation becomes df is equal to I dt v cross B. That this equation is, it is the df is equal to I dt v cross B. Okay, but this v bar is the velocity. We know that the definition of velocity is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. That means let time dt, the change dq travel along the length dl of the conductor. Then this v is equal to dl by dt. This is the definition of velocity, that is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. It is a velocity, and this formula v is equal to dl by dt. Then we put this v is equal to, in that equation, df is equal to I dt, as it is v is equal to dl by dt cross B. Then cancel out, dt get cancelled, and the terms is df is equal to ideal cross B. Term will remaining, df is equal to, let's see the last equation, df bar is equal to ideal bar cross B bar, and this is the Ampere force law. This is the Ampere's force law, and that ideal is called as a current element. This df is equal to ideal cross B. This is the mathematical forms of Ampere force law, and that ideal is called as a current element. We use that df is equal to ideal cross B. We use that equation in next point, that is the magnetic interaction between two current carrying loops. This is the Ampere force law, and that ideal is current element. Then next point is a magnetic interaction between two current loops. These are the point, that is the magnetic interaction between two current loops. Let's see the figure. In that figure, we consider this one. That one is the one that is the first current loop, and this is the second current loop. We consider the closed current carrying it. This is the current loop, and in that current loop, that I1 is the current flowing through loop 1, and I2 is the current, this I2 is current flowing through loop 2. Okay, clear? We consider a closed current carrying loops at that shown in figure, and that I1 is the current flowing through that loop 1, and I2 is the current flowing through of current loop 2. I2 is the current flowing through that loop 2. Okay, then this I1 will be flow in that current loop, then in this the surrounding of this current loop, we calculate the magnetic induction by using Biot-Savart's law. Using the Biot-Savart's law, we calculate the magnetic induction. Then Biot-Savart's law is the magnetic induction. Biot-Savart's law is the magnetic induction at a point due to an element of current carrying a current is directly proportional to that means that magnetic induction is directly proportional to the current in the element, length of the element, and the sine angle between the element and the line joining the center of the element to the point, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the point from the center of the element. Using the Biot-Savart's law, we calculate the magnetic induction. Then let's see the figure. This I1 is flowing through that loop 1. That means in surrounding space we calculate the magnetic induction. Then in that figure we calculate the magnetic induction at point Q. We calculate the magnetic induction at point Q due to the current element, this I1 and DL1. In that current loop, that point P, that is we consider or we draw the one length element, that is small length element DL1, and in that current loop 2, that is the DL2 is the small length element, and that position vector of that P point, that is R1, R2, and position vector between that point P and Q, that means these two current loops is R2 minus R1, and this is the direction of force F1 and F2. Then we calculate the magnetic induction by using Biot-Savart's law, this at point Q due to the current element I1 and DL1. Let's see the magnetic interaction between that two current loops. We calculate the force by using Ampere's force law. Let's see that consider two closed current carrying loops as shown in figure above. Let I1 be the current flowing through loop 1 and I2 be the current flowing through loop 2. That means this I1 is current flowing to that loop 1. That means in surrounding space of that current loop I1, we calculate the magnetic induction by using Biot-Savart's law. Let's see that using Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic induction at point Q, where that point Q, at point Q, the magnetic induction at point Q due to the current element, which element? I1 DL1, because let's see the Ampere force law in previous expression, I dl is the current element, and that magnetic induction at point Q, in that point Q due to the current element I1 dl1 is given by, and then that is the mathematical forms of, that is the vector forms of Biot-Savart's law is that dB bar is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi ideal cross R divided by R2. With the help of this equation, we write the magnetic induction at point Q due to the current element, that is I1 and DL1, and that is the dB1 is equal to mu naught. 1 means because due to the current carrying loop, that is the 1. dB1 is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I1 DL1 cross, and that position vectors are R2 minus R1 in bracket R2 minus R1 divided by mod of R2 minus R1 cube. Using by using the Biot-Savart's law, that is the vector forms of Biot-Savart's law. Okay, these are the dB1, but only this I1 and DL1 due to the current element I1 and DL1. Then we calculate the total magnetic induction at point Q due to the entire loop. This at point Q, this dB1 is the magnetic induction only that point, that is the DL1. This length element DN1, okay, that dB1 is the only magnetic induction at point Q, this in the DL1, but we calculate the total magnetic induction at point Q due to the entire loop, all loop 1, and that is we integrating above equation, then that is the B1 is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi. Let's see the last equation I1 integration closed loop 1 dl1 cross r2 minus r1 divided by r2 minus r1 cube, equation number 1. This is the total magnetic induction at point Q due to the entire loop, and that dB1 is the only that length element dl1. Then next, the force experienced by element, and then dl2 is the small length element in current loop 2. Then force experienced by dl2 due to this field is given by Ampere force law. Then let's see we calculate the magnetic induction at point Q due to the entire loop, that is the B1, but that dl2 experience a force because that magnetic induction, and that force will calculate by using the Ampere force law, and that Ampere force law is dF is equal to IDL cross B. The force experienced by the element dl2 due to this field is given by Ampere force law, which is dF2 is equal to I2 dl2 cross B1, because the field is a magnetic induction is a B1, but current element in current loop 2 is the I2 dl2, and dF2 is equal to I2 dl2 cross B1, equation number 2. And Ampere force law is dF is equal to I dl cross B. But this force will be only that small length element. We calculate the total force. Thus the force on a loop. Thus the force on a loop 2 due to the magnetic induction B of first loop means total force we calculate, then integrating equation number 2, and therefore F2 is equal to integration closed loop, because differentiation integration get cancelled, that means remaining F2 is equal to integration closed loop to I2 dl2 cross B1, and then using equation 1 above equation becomes, that means this equation F2 is equal to integration I2 dl2, we put the value of B1, and value of B1 is equation number 1 mu naught upon 4 pi I1 integration dl1 cross R2 minus R1 divided by mod of R2 minus R1 cube, and by using equation 1 this equation becomes F2 is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I1 dl1 integration 2 integration 1 dl2 cross in bracket dl1 cross R2 minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1 cube. This is the force, that is the F2, force on a whole loop due to the magnetic induction B1. Then we calculate this F2, then we calculate the F1, that similarly the force experienced by loop 2 on loop 1, and that is only interchanging the suffix. This is 2 and this interchange the 1. 2 is replaced by 1, 1 is replaced by 2 from equation number 3. And the force experienced by loop 2 on loop F1 is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I1 I2 integration 1 to dl1 cross dl2 cross R1 minus R2 divided by R1 minus R2 mod cube. This is the equation 4. This is the equation F2 equation. This is the force F2 and this is the force F1. Only similarly we write the equation for F1, only changes the suffix. 1 is replaced by 2 and 2 is replaced by 1 of equation number 3, and equation number 4 is the F1. Okay, let's see the two equations, that is the F2 and F1. Magnitude will be same but direction will be opposite, because this R2 minus R1 and this is R1 minus R2. This is direction will be changed. Then it should be noted that equation 4 is obtained interchanging suffix 1 and 2 and vice versa from equation 3, but the direction R2 minus R1 is opposite to that of R1 minus R2. This R2 minus R1 is opposite R1 minus R2. This R2 minus R1 is opposite the R1 minus R2. The change in sequence of integration 2 1 to 1 2 does not affect the magnitude of the result. Then we conclude that from equation 3 and 4 magnitude are same, but direction will be opposite, and we conclude that the F2 is equal to minus F1 bar or F1 is equal to minus F2 bar. Thus the force between the two current loops, that is that F1 and F2, that is the force between the current loops due to their magnetic interaction are same. Force between the two current loops due to their magnetic interaction are same in magnitude. Magnitude are same in magnitude but opposite in direction. Direction will be opposite. This is the expression for magnetic interaction between two current carrying loops. Okay, in next video we will discuss the next point. Okay, thank you.